So just taking a few moments, just in this position, just coming away from your morning and beginning to draw your attention inwards. Morning, Katrina. We're lying down with the soles of the feet together. So just beginning to notice your breath, so just starting to be aware of it, just coming in and out through your nose. Just allowing the breath just to naturally deepen. And then just start to become aware of your body and just how it feels this morning. So making any adjustments to your position if you need to. Try and allow the head and the neck to relax, the chest to open, and the knees to drop out to the sides. As you start to let go of the tension in your body, then just notice how you feel. Just allowing your thoughts just to come and go. As we marked Mother's Day in the UK yesterday, I thought we'd do a little practice in unconditional love. And, you know, our relationships with our mothers are very important. They kind of defining aspects of our lives. So whether it's a good or a bad relationship, it kind of sets us up for the rest of our life and how we interact with other people. So really just looking at that in the concept of yoga and how that fits in with our yoga practice. So we're doing quite a lot of upper body kind of heart opening aspects to the practice. So if you'd like to, you could start to bring your arms overhead again. If this doesn't feel right to you, then don't do it. But taking the arms overhead in this reclined Baddha Konasana just helps to open the chest a little bit more. And if you're on blocks, it might feel a little bit too much, so you can always bring them back down. But just starting to let the chest expand a little bit, the back bend a little bit, and just opening the heart a little bit more. So breathing into your rib cage, into the space of your heart. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. We'll slowly start to bring the arms back over. If your arm blocks now, I would remove them so you can sit up and just take the blocks out. And we'll bring the knees back together. So just use your hands and gently draw the knees back in. And then from there, we'll pull the knees towards your chest. So just taking your hands just on top of your shins. And we'll come in for Apanasana here. So on an inhale, just drawing the knees and lifting the tailbone up off the ground. So just a little stretch through your hips. And on the exhale, release down. So do that again. If you want a little bit more, start to lift your upper body. So draw your nose up now towards your knees. And then on the exhale, just releasing everything back down. So do that again. So inhale, pull it in. So give yourself a little hug. And then releasing back down. So not surprisingly, the concept of unconditional love or any love in yoga starts with ourselves. So it's kind of a practice in unconditionally loving yourself before you're in that space that you can unconditionally allow others to unconditionally love you. Okay, we'll take one more of these, so just moving in your own time again. And then slowly release back down. Now this time we'll keep the right knee in towards your chest, extend the left leg away, but you're going to keep it lifted up off the ground today. So just keep that foot flexed on the left leg. Now we're going to work through your core a little bit here. So you can keep your upper body down, or maybe as you inhale, just lift your upper body up off the ground. And then on the exhale, we're just going to change legs. So on the inhale, maybe pull yourself up a little bit more. So use that knee, draw the knee in. And on the exhale, just changing legs. Okay, to do that again, so inhale, pull the knee in, lift the upper body. And exhale, release and change. So we'll do that a few more times. Again, try and work really slowly, especially when you're extending the leg and drawing the knee in. Again, any strain in the head or neck, then release the upper body towards the ground. But try if you can to pull yourself up a little bit more on that inhale, extending away on the exhale. Good, well done. We'll just do a couple more of these, just warming up through the center of your body. Last time. Well done. Slowly release everything back down. Draw your knees back in towards your chest. Again, maybe take the hands behind the back of the thighs this time. We're just going to roll a little bit forwards and back here. So just massaging your spine a little bit. So again, a little bit of self-care. And then just when you're ready in your own time, we'll start to make our way up. And from here, we're going to come to all fours. So just taking yourself round into an all fours position. Again, grab blocks if you need them and you want them. So as you come in, we'll just spread the hands under the shoulders and the knees underneath your hips. And you can move a little bit through your hips if you like. On an inhale, though, we'll drop the belly down and then start to pull the heart forwards a little bit. On the exhale, just rounding in. So draw the belly in, push the mat away. Do that again. So inhale, drop the belly and pull the heart forwards. And exhale, rounding in. So again, just do a few more of these just to start to warm up through your spine. And we'll do one more. And then just start to make your way just into a more neutral position. Okay, from here, we're going to tuck the toes under. So we're going to come quite early into our down dog. So start to push your hips up and back. Spread your hands and spread your toes and maybe pedal out your feet a little bit. Just making any movements that you feel is right for you. Okay, when you're ready, on an inhale, move forwards just to a plank position. You can always lower your knees down here if you'd like. And then on the exhale, just lift the hips and push back, downward facing dog. So do that again, so inhale, lift the heels, move forwards. And exhale, lift the hips and press yourself back. Okay, do that one more time. So inhale, just move forwards. Hold forwards this time. Lower your knees if you'd like. I'm going to lower all the way down to the mat. So you could bend your elbows, release yourself all the way down. When you come down, if you flatten out your feet, so point your toes away, hands underneath the shoulders. And on an inhale, we'll lift the chest and draw the shoulders down your back. So just that little cobra again. As you exhale, just releasing all the way back down. And again, just coming up to the height which suits you. So inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest up. Good. And on the exhale, slowly release all the way back down. Okay, do that one more time. So again, inhale, rising up. And on the exhale, releasing all the way down. Okay, from here, move your hands in front of you. So you're coming into a Sphinx position now, so spread your hands. And try and align your shoulders with your elbows. So the arms are about kind of shoulder width apart. You can also take your hand, bend it in, and that gives you the distance between them. But try and relax your shoulders. Feel like you're pushing your pubic bone down, but you're really trying to lift your belly button up. And not in a way that kind of dumps everything into your low back, but try and extend and lengthen forwards. Okay, take one more deep inhale there. And then from here, we're going to bend your right arm in. So if you just bend your right arm, so it's kind of aligned with the front edge of your mat, the short edge. And then if you use your left hand, move it back a little bit, and you can come up onto your fingertips here. And we're just going to draw that left shoulder back. And as you do that, press your hips down. So you're not lifting your hips off the ground, but you're just stretching through the shoulder, a little bit through the chest. And maybe look behind you if you like. Okay, take one more deep inhale. Slowly release. So come back into that Sphinx position, first of all. And then from there, we'll do the other side. So turning that left hand in, bring your right hand just to the side of you. And again, you could move it out a little bit more if you want more of a stretch. But try to rotate round. So you're kind of looking over that right shoulder without lifting your right hip. So press the right hip down. And breathe into what you find there. So breathe into your ribs, front and back. Well done. Slowly release back towards the center. Come back into Sphinx just for a moment. And then slowly release yourself all the way back down. Okay, this time bring your hands down by your side. So we're going to come in to lift the upper body just in this locust position. So you can have your hands on the mat if you like. And on an inhale, start to lengthen and lift the upper body. Maybe stretching the hands behind you if you feel that's okay. And maybe start to lift your legs up. Again, just if it feels right, and try and get that feeling of lengthening rather than lifting higher. So stretch from the crown of your head all the way down to your feet. Well done. Take one more deep inhale and slowly release everything all the way back down again. You can bring your hands round now and drop your head down. Just maybe take a moment there, just see how that feels. Now we're going to come back in for Cobra again. So move your hands underneath your shoulders again. Take a deep breath in and then start to lift up just into that Cobra position. Now you can stay there. If you want to, you can start pressing up a little bit more until you come all the way up and lift your hips and we come into that upward facing dog. Again, if you don't want to come all the way up, don't. And just see how it differs from Cobra. Well done. Slowly bend your knees, press yourself back. So come back into just a child's pose, just for a moment. And then from there, start to move up and forward. So coming back into this all fours position. So we'll spread the hands and the shoulders and the knees underneath your hips. Okay, from there, we're going to lift up through your right leg. So if you just lift your right leg behind you, so just flex your foot a little bit. And then we're going to start to warm up the hips. So we'll just circle that leg round. So you could draw it in and push it round. You can make it quite big or smaller, it's up to you. And then change direction, so just going the opposite way. Keeping your breath just flowing. Keep your weight between your hands even. Well done. Come back to the center. This time we're going to push the leg up and back, so we kind of arch your back a little bit. And then draw your knee in towards your chest on that exhale. So inhale, push and lift through the leg. And on that exhale, draw the knee in to round the back. Do that once more. So push up and away. And then draw the knee in. This time we'll step that right foot up towards the top of your mat. So coming into this Unconditional, so our low lunge position. Maybe slide your left leg back a little bit if you want to. And you can always tuck the left toes. Some people like it tucked, so you get a little stretch in your toes as well. Okay, from here, we're going to start to move up, so you can move your hands to your knees, maybe reach the arms up. So try and relax the shoulders a little bit, draw them back a little bit, And then bend at the elbows, and we're going to take your left arm underneath your right arm. So we're coming in for Garadasana arms here. So as you do that, you might want to grab hold of your shoulders. You might want to wrap once or twice through the arms, whatever suits you. And again, please feel free to stay here, but we're coming in for a little chest stretch, a little back bend. So you could start to lift up through the elbows, maybe lean back a little bit, maybe look up, but only if it feels right to you. If it doesn't, then back off a bit. Take one more deep inhale. Slowly lower your elbows again. Release your hands. We'll reach them up just for a breath, just to relax the muscles. And then release your hands down towards the ground. Okay, from here, we'll tuck the toes under on the back leg, so lifting in your back knee. You can always keep it down, you don't have to lift it. And we'll keep that left hand down. We're going to lift and open through your right arm. So we're just going to come in for a little twist. Again, if you want to, you could take that right hand to your right knee, or open up through the chest to the side. But draw the belly in, draw the inner thighs towards one another. Well done. Take one more deep inhale. Slowly release both hands back down towards the ground. Again, please feel free to lower your back knee. And if you can, we're going to come up into a high crescent lunge position. Again, you could keep your knee on the ground, just lift the arms up. But coming up with the arms. Again, draw the shoulders back, pull the belly in. Good. And keep the back knee on the ground if you like. And then just bend the elbows here. So this time as you bend your elbows, start to draw the elbows back. So you're really opening up through your chest. Elbows at 90 degrees. Okay, one more deep inhale. Reach the arms up again just for a breath. And then release them all the way down towards your mat. Okay, if you've got your back knee on the ground, you might want to lift it. We're going to step to plank here. And again, you could lower all the way to the ground or bend your knees or bend the elbows to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or Cobra. And on the exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog again. Good. Again, make any movements that you would like. Push up and out of your shoulders, maybe give your head a little shake. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale. From here, lift your heels and just lower your knees down towards the mat again. So coming back in to that all fours position. So we'll just do all that on the other side. So when you're ready, lift your left leg up. So flex your foot. And then start to circle the knee around in one direction. Take your time. You can make this bigger or smaller, faster or slower. It's up to you. Okay, when you're ready, we'll change directions. Again, keep your weight fairly even between your hands as you circle round. Okay, very nice. And then come back to the center. So this time again, on an inhale, we're going to push the foot up and arch your back a little bit. And on the exhale, you're going to draw the knee in and round through your back. So do that again. So exhale, lift up. And inhale, pull the knee in. Okay, do that once more. So lift up, push away. Draw the knee in, hold it in this time. And then step that left foot up towards the top of your mat. Again, you might slide your right leg away. You might keep your toes tucked on that right leg. And then start to make your way up. So use your hands maybe to come up onto your knee. Maybe reach the arms up first. Relax your shoulders. Okay, so bending in the elbows again. So this time again, we'll wrap round. So taking your left arm underneath your right, maybe grab hold of your shoulders. Maybe take that little wrap with the hands. And start to lift your elbows just a little bit. And you can stay here if you like. Or maybe lift the elbows even more. Maybe look up. So again, coming in for that little back bend. But only if it feels right. Very nice. Okay, take one more big inhale. Slowly start to release the elbows down. Releasing that bind with your arms. Reach up on the inhale. And on the exhale, release the hands all the way down to your mat. So again, please feel free to keep your back knee down. Otherwise, tuck your toes and lift the back knee up off the ground. So this time we'll keep our right hand down and start to either take your left hand to your left knee or reach and open through that left hand. So coming in for that little bit of a twist again. Good, so maybe turning and looking up if it feels okay. Okay, take one more deep inhale. Slowly release that hand back down towards the ground. And again, you can lower your back knee or keep your back knee on the ground and then start to lift your upper body. So coming into that high crescent lunge or just that low lunge with the arms lifted. And then from here, bend the elbows again. This time drawing the shoulders back, opening up through your chest a little bit more. Okay, one more deep inhale. Start to reach back up with the arms just for a breath. And then release your hands down towards the mat. So again, if you've got your back knee on the ground, you might want to lift it up now. Step back to plank. You could lower both knees here if you'd like. And then bend your elbows either all the way down or just the chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. And on the exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Maybe take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out your mouth. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale here. This time we'll lift the heels, look forwards and make your way up towards the top of your mat. So either stepping or walking, whatever suits you. On an inhale here, lengthen forwards. And on the exhale, just fold down back in. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, draw the palms towards your heart. Maybe just closing the eyes down just for a moment, just noticing how you feel as you warm up through your body. And being appreciative of your body and how it works for you. Okay, when you're ready, we'll release the hands and open the eyes. So you can stay with your feet a little bit apart, you can bring them together, but lengthen through the muscles of the legs and relax the shoulders down your spine. On an inhale, reach up with the arms, maybe look at your thumbs. And as you exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen forwards. And on the exhale, we'll step to plank. Again, you could lower your knees here. And lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. And on the exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. It's breathing deeply here. So we're going to make our way up to the top just with your right leg. So look forward, step your right foot through and spin on the heel of the back leg. So we're coming up to warrior one here. So taking your time moving up. And then maybe reaching the arms up. So relax the shoulders, maybe take your wrists back a little bit. Whatever variation suits you. Try and turn the toes of that back leg in, hips forwards. Good. Just breathing deeply into it. So there are 4 key kind of elements of our yoga practice that we can use for this unconditional love, and they're called Brahmaviharas, the 4 kind of concepts that we use. Take one more deep inhale here. We'll release the hands. We're going to take them behind your back though, so we're going to open the chest a little bit more. So clasp your hands, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest up, and then as you inhale, we're going to move forward. So coming into our humble warrior, so lengthening forward. Again, you might just come a little way. You might come down so your chest rests on that knee. Maybe that right shoulder rests on it. And you can then release the head and lift the arms up and over. But only if it feels right. If it doesn't feel right, then come up a little bit. But draw the belly up and in. So these Brahmaviharas are said to be like keys, if you like, to unconditional love. And if you think of everybody that you know as a lock, then these keys and their different intensities will help to open both you and other people up to unconditional love. Okay, take one more deep inhale. We'll start to move up, so we'll pull the belly in, start to rise all the way back up again. Good, now release your hands and reach the arms back up just for one big breath here. And on the exhale, we'll start to move to warrior two. So coming in, adjusting your feet if you need to, stretch your fingertips away. Remember that idea of drawing the shoulders back and in. You can even take your hands behind your back and clasp them so you get that feeling of pulling the shoulders back in this posture without affecting the legs, and then reach your arms back out again. And you've got that kind of openness in your chest, relaxing in the shoulders, looking along that front hand, and breathing. Okay, take one more deep inhale. Now from here, we're going to bring the palms together just in front of your heart. Now we're going to come in for a twist. So you're going to turn towards that right foot, so up towards the top of your mat. Again, you don't have to do the twist if you don't feel like it, but if you'd like to, you're going to lengthen forward along that right leg, and then take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and try and kind of hook that knee and draw yourself around a little bit. Again, if it doesn't work, then just work where you can with it. Try and create a little bit of space so we're not kind of collapsing onto that front leg, but you're kind of lifting up and away from it, if you like. Good, and breathing deeply into it. Again, if it feels too much, you can always release it. Okay, take one more deep inhale. Slowly bring yourself back to the middle, first of all, and then start to lift back up again. We'll just come back to warrior two, just for a breath here. And then start to slowly straighten that front leg. Now we're coming in for Trikonasana, but we're going to go a bound version of it today. So if you take your left hand just behind your back, again, you could grab your t-shirt. You might be able to grab your hip, maybe even your thigh. If you push back through that left hip, and then lengthening forwards over your right leg, release the hand down. And you might not get down as far as you normally do, but that's okay. We're just taking it to where you can. Draw your shoulder back, try and lengthen through the bottom side waist. Good, push through your right big toe and try and pull your right hip in a little bit. So the left hip can draw back. Good, and breathe into it. Maybe take a few breaths just to release into it. So try to kind of do a little scan, see where you're holding on, and maybe you can relax something. Now you can either stay here or you can release that left hand and then reach it over your ear. If that is too much, then don't worry about that one. You can just keep it there. Okay, take one more deep inhale. And then slowly and carefully, we'll start to rise back up again. Just take your time coming back up. Keep that front leg straight, but release your hands. And we're going to take a small step in with your back foot. So we're going to come in for Parsvattanasana. So maybe take a step in, rotate your hips and your shoulders round towards that right foot. And then we're going to start with the upper body. So we're going to open it up a little bit. So if you can, take a reverse prayer position. So if you can take your hands into reverse prayer, so just that prayer but behind your back, then do that. If that is too much, then you can either take your fists together or you can grab hold of opposite elbows with your hands. And that will have the same effect of opening through your chest. And then lift your chest up on an inhale and fold forward, but lengthening as you go. And maybe just take it to where you can. So you could keep it there, you can fold in. It just depends on where you want to go with that. Keep a slight bend in your front knee if it's too much to keep the legs straight. Good. And breathe. Wherever you are, breathe. Well done. Okay, so slowly and carefully we'll start to come back up. So draw your belly in, start to lift yourself all the way back up again. Releasing the arms as you go. We'll just bend that front leg now and take your hands down and turn on the toes of the back leg. So you're in this runner's lunge position. From here, we'll bend the back leg and just step towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen forwards. And on the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, draw the palms towards your heart. Just notice how that side of your body feels compared to the other side. So the first of the 4 keys is called metta, which means loving kindness. And you can kind of see that, because if you see people who are really kind and you know, accepting of everyone, then it kind of does draw you to them. And you know, it's that, just that idea of friendliness and being just considerate of kind of everyone around you. So we try to cultivate this idea of loving kindness, this metta. And the second one is kind of goes along with that loving kindness, and it's called Cobra. These are just, you know, things that we want to try and cultivate on our mat and then take into our lives as well. Okay, we'll do the other side. So again, keep your feet together, maybe separate them, whatever suits you. Relax your shoulders, lift and lengthen through your legs. Reach back up with the arms. As you exhale, just folding forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale again, we'll step to plank. Lower your knees if you'd like, bending the elbows to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. And on the exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to start with the left leg this time. So again, look to where you're stepping. Step your left foot forwards. Turn on the heel of the back leg and start to come up to warrior one. Just in your own way, sorting your feet and your legs out as you come up. And then maybe start to reach the arms up. As you do that, maybe take your wrist back a little bit. Maybe opening the chest there. Just whatever feels right. Try and relax the shoulders as much as you can. Relax your jaw. Maybe bring a little bit of loving kindness into your eyes. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. Slowly release the hands. Again, we're going to clasp them behind your back. So try and maybe move one finger up. So you've got a slightly different grip. Draw the shoulder blades together at the back, open your chest, and then start to lengthen forwards. So again, just where it feels right, maybe just a little way, maybe your chest goes down, maybe that left shoulder can rest on your left thigh, and you can start to release the head and lift the arms. Good. And just try and relax what you can relax and engage through the legs. So work the inner thighs and work the feet. Okay, when you're ready, we'll start to move back up. So draw your belly and start to lift yourself up, just nice and carefully. Release your arms, reach them back up just for a breath. And then we'll move to warrior two. So taking your time, coming round, adjusting your feet and your legs. Stretching your fingertips. And again, if you want to feel that opening your chest, maybe clasp your hands behind your back for a moment. Draw the shoulders back, lift the chest up, and then reach the arms back out again. Really lengthening through your fingertips. Okay, you can either stay here or bringing your hands towards the center. We're going to come in for that little twist again. So we're going to take the upper body up towards that left foot, lengthen forwards, and then maybe start to take that right elbow to the outside of your left knee as you pull that elbow back. So top elbow pulls back, opening up through your chest. You try to move your chest a little bit so it moves up towards the palms. Again, just work where it feels right. Work the legs strongly. Rotate through your belly button. And still breathe. Okay, when you're ready, take one more deep inhale there. Start to bring your hands back towards the center and then start to press yourself back up. So come back to warrior two and then start to straighten through your front leg a little bit. So again, we're coming in for this bound version of Trikonasana. So your right hand goes behind your back. So again, grab what you can, push back a little bit on your right hip, and then lengthen forward through your left arm and start to lower it down. As you do that, draw that right shoulder back, draw the right chest back a little bit. And again, just take it to where it feels right. Lengthening through that bottom side waist and working the legs strongly. And keep working the core as well. So the core will help us to stay up, help us with the stability of the posture. So either stay there or maybe reach up with your right arm and then stretch your right arm over your ear. Well done. Take one more deep inhale and then slowly and carefully start to move back up. So take your time, draw your belly in. Good. So when you come up, keep that front leg straight. Release your hands. Maybe hop your back foot in a little bit, so it will help you if you hop it in. Turn the toes forwards a little bit more. Rotate the shoulders and the hips round. So again, whatever you did the last time, you can do again, or you can try something else. So either that reverse prayer behind your back will open the chest up, maybe grabbing hold of your elbows, maybe just taking your fists together behind your back. And then lift and open the chest. And then keeping that lift, lengthen forwards. So again, you might just come down halfway and just decide to stay there if that feels nice. If not, you might want to try and release down towards that straight leg, but just wherever it feels right to you. Don't force it. Maybe keep a little bend in the front knee. Well done. Take one more deep inhale. Slowly and carefully start to come up. So pull your belly in. Lift yourself back up. Rebend the front leg. Release your hands. Maybe give your shoulders a little roll. And then take your hands down towards the ground. So again, turn on the toes of the back leg. When you're ready, bend your back leg and step towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, draw the palms together in front of your heart. And maybe close the eyes down just for a moment. So the third of our Brahmavaras is mudita, or joy. And again, you know, people that are joyous attract other people, and you know, it's all just a one big circular kind of motion. And then the last one is called upekkha, and it means equanimity. And equanimity can be seen as indifference, but it's not that. It's really just a calm acceptance of how things are. So the theory is that if everybody is a lock, and we have these 4 key ways Sounds quite manipulative there, but not in a manipulative way. But we can, in order to open both ourselves and other people up. Okay, we'll release the hands and we'll open the eyes. So we're going to come in and do a balance now after you're well warmed up. Use a wall if you'd like. Again, as suggested at the beginning, if you've got a strap, then use the strap. You know, if you've got one handy, then grab it and use it. If you don't, then I'll show you what to do without the strap. So we're going to start by standing on your right leg. We'll lift the left leg up. So if you're using the strap, you're just going to take it around the ball of your foot, and then you're just going to use it to extend forward. So again, you might be quite low to the ground. That is absolutely fine. Use a wall if you need to. If you can, lift the leg up a little bit more. And I take both straps into your left hand. And then try, without forcing it, try not to force the leg. Don't worry too much about that. But think about your body. Think about lengthening through the crown of your head, spreading your toes. Good. So think about the rest of your body rather than that leg. And then only if you want to, we're going to take it out to the side. So we're going to extend the leg just out to the side a little bit. Again, think about your body. So if you're kind of bending and you're straining, then maybe lower the leg a little bit so you can straighten through your body. Good. And feel balanced in your body. Well done. Okay, slowly release that. Release your strap. So we're going to do it without the strap now. Just one bit of it. So again, spread your toes on that right leg. Start to lift up through your left knee. So you might just hold on to the knee. That might be enough. Just holding the knee, again, lifting up a little bit more. If you want a little bit more, you could extend the leg. Take the hands behind the back of your thigh. Or you could just release the leg and just keep the leg lifted. And just breathe there. Well done. Slowly release that leg down, give it a little shake off. And we'll come in and we'll try the other side. So just exactly the same. So again, we'll stand on your left leg, spread your toes, start to lift that right leg up. And it might feel different on the other side. Just hooking that around the ball of your foot. Start to extend it forward and take both of your straps into your right hand. Again, you might be able to lift it up a little bit higher, but not if you're leaning back. You're all right if you're leaning back, if you're on a wall. Try not to lean back too much. Good. And just breathing there. Try and extend through the crown of your head. Well done. And then slowly and carefully start to move it out to the side without moving your hips. So try and keep your hips forward as much as you can. Good. And again, lower the leg if you need to. Try and keep the body nice and straight. Very nice. Well done. Okay, slowly release. So you can bend the leg, you can release the strap. So again, we'll come back in and we'll try it just without the strap. So standing on that left leg, bend your right knee in. So maybe just taking hold of that knee, and you can just start to draw the knee up and in and just hold it there. If you want to take your hands behind the back and extend, then do that. Or maybe take your hands onto your hips and just hold there. Well done. Slowly release and relax. Give your legs a good shake off. Excellent. Okay, when you're ready, we'll come back up towards the top of your mat again. So just take your time. Coming back into Tadasana, so spread your toes. Maybe bring your hands towards your heart. And just take a moment just to see how that felt in your body. So how the legs feel. How your balance was. And again, loving yourself unconditionally. Whether you fell, whether you felt wobbly, whether your leg was low or high. Okay, we'll release the hands and open the eyes. On an inhale, reach back up with the arms. On the exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, we'll step to plank. We are just going to lower all the way to the ground here. So you could bend your knees and lower yourself down. So just onto your belly. Maybe bring your hands underneath your head and separate your feet about hip distance apart. Now we're going to be lifting through the upper body here and through the legs. So you have an option with the arms, with the upper body. You can have your hands, I'll move down a bit. You have your hands just underneath your head, and you could just be lifting the upper body from your arms there. The other thing you could do is take your arms out to the side and just bend them a little bit. And when you're doing the upper body, so you're trying to relax the legs as you lift your upper body, you're just lifting both the arms and the upper body up. If you can manage, stretch your arms overhead. So when you're ready, on an inhale, we're just going to lift the upper body up. As you exhale, release back down. On the inhale, we're going to lift both legs up. So try and relax the upper body as you do that. And then slowly release back down. So we'll do that again. So upper body lifts as you inhale. Exhale, release back down. Again, lift the legs, relax the upper body. And lower yourself back down. We'll do that once more. So again, lifting through the upper body. Releasing it back down. Lifting through the legs. And lower back down again. Again, maybe bring your hands in. Just release and relax there. Okay, from there, we'll extend the arms overhead again. This time we're going to keep your right arm extended. And then we're going to take your left leg and bend it. Now, if you want to, you can reach back and grab hold of that foot with your left hand. Again, you don't have to, it's not necessary to do that. So this is kind of a half bow, and it's also a half locust position. So if you want to, when you're ready, on an inhale, we just lift everything up. So you basically lift through your straight leg, your straight arm, you push your hand into your foot and you lift up through that bent leg. And then slowly release everything all the way back down. So just relax and release that. So again, if it's too much for you, then don't do it. Don't do the lifting everything, lift what you can. So stretch both arms forwards again. We'll keep your left arm where it is, bend your right leg, and then take hold of your right foot with your right hand. So again, when you're ready, on an inhale, just lifting everything up. So reaching through your fingertips, pushing your foot into your hands. Again, you don't have to lift everything, so just where it feels right. Good, one more deep inhale. And slowly release and relax everything back down. So maybe bring your arms underneath your head. Just relax there for a moment. Okay, so from here, we're going to work a little bit through your shoulder. So I'm trying to think about the best way to show you this. We have done it before in a slight variation of it, but if you stretch your arms out to the side, so like a T shape, so your arms are all the way out to the right, all the way out to the left. Good, and then we're going to keep your right arm straight. If you bring your left hand just in, so just as if you were coming in to do Cobra with that, if you like, and then bend your knees and just roll over to your right side. So keeping your right arm straight. And when you get there, you've got a lot of choices. So you could straighten your legs. You could roll over onto your tummy a little bit more. If you want to, you could take your left hand and reach it behind you. So you try and kind of grab hold of that right hand. But again, just if it feels right, you can even take it behind you and just take it to your low back. And that would increase it a little bit more. But just stretching in that right shoulder. Breathe into it. It's not the most pleasant, so, but hopefully it's doing as good. Take one more deep inhale. And then slowly just roll yourself over onto your belly again. So we'll do that on the other side. So stretch both arms out again. Walk your right hand in, so just underneath your right shoulder. And then bend your knees and start to roll over to your left side. So again, you might bend your knees when you get there. And then you could reach up with that right hand and drop it behind your low back if you want, a little bit more. But just where it feels right to you. And again, back away from it if it feels too much. Move a bit more into it if it feels that you can take it, but just where it feels best. Okay, when you're ready, slowly make your way back towards the center again, so just rolling onto your belly. Bring your arms in to Sphinx position again, so we're going to spread your hands, we're going to come up onto your elbows, pull your heart forwards. Now you might just stay there. If you want a little bit more, you could come up to seal. So all that means is that we then press through the hands and we straighten the arms. But if that is too much, then just stay down. Okay, take one more deep inhale and then slowly release yourself all the way back down. Okay, from here, we'll start to come up. So hands underneath your shoulders, just press yourself up to an all fours position first of all. You can give your hips a little shake out there. Now we're going to come in for Gomakasana. So again, I will give you an option of a half Gomakasana here. And if you don't like coming into it in this way, then come into it in any way you want. But the way that I'm going to teach it is I'm going to pull my right knee forwards a little, and then I'm going to take my left knee behind the back of my right knee. When I get there, I'm going to separate my feet quite wide because I want to sit back into it. And then walking your hands back, you come back into sitting position. You can always sit on a block there as well. Now, if that is not comfortable, then hold on. So if it's not comfortable, come into sitting position. And then this time we're just going to bend your right leg and then take it over so that your knees kind of stack, so that right knee stacks over the left. And then you can just move forwards from there. So just come into a forward fold. So again, either full Gomakasana of the legs or that half Gomakasana with just one leg. It's entirely up to you. And if you feel once you get there that you could do the full one, you could just swing that leg back round again. So that left leg just swings back round and you're back in Gomakasana. Up to you, just whatever you can. Okay, take one more deep inhale. Slowly come back up. So again, if you're doing this half version, just straighten your legs, give them a shake, and come in on the other side. So your knees stack and the legs is kind of in an L shape out to the side. And then you can just fold forwards. If you're coming in through that all fours, so just make your way back to all fours. This time, left knee forwards, right knee behind the back. Again, separate your feet wide and walk your hands back and just sit into whatever feels best to you. And then you can just fold forwards again. And then when you're ready, slowly and carefully, just walk yourself back up. Swing both legs out in front. We'll just give them a little shake. And then we'll make our way down onto your back. So we're going to come in now for our Shavasana. So if, as you're going down, you might want to grab socks or jumpers or anything that will help to keep that heat in. And we're going to do a little meditation on the first of the two Brahmaviharas. So the first one, if you remember, was Metta, which is our loving kindness, and Karuna, which is compassion. So when you're ready, either sitting or lying, whatever position suits you best. Maybe start just by taking 3 long, deep breaths, just in and out through your nose. Allow your breath to relax. Allow your body to relax. So as a preliminary practice, just for cultivating metta, start to call to mind your own goodness. So just a time when you did or you said something that was kind, generous, caring, or loving. And this can be something as simple as offering somebody a seat or preparing somebody a nourishing meal. And after settling in with the breath and the reflections of that preliminary practice, bring your attention to your heart center. Just acknowledge how it feels here, whether open and receptive or closed and defended, whether heavy or light. And just be open to how it feels without judging, simply witness the heart. And then we're just going to start to repeat some phrases. So I'll just say them and then you can just repeat them to yourself. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be safe from harm. May I enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. May I experience ease and well-being in my body, mind, and spirit. As you repeat these phrases to yourself, feel your breath. Notice your body's response to each phrase. Settle into the reverberations of each phrase as it echoes in your mind's ear. Simply notice how you feel. And to cultivate metta as we move into our day, I'll leave you just with this little poem. Waking this morning, I smile. A brand new day is before me. I aspire to live each moment mindfully and to look upon all beings with the eyes of kindness and compassion. May you and all other beings be happy and free from suffering. When you're ready, we'll just take a deep inhale through your nose and then just sigh it out your mouth. Just do that again, just in your own time. So just deeply inhaling and then just let it go. And then we'll just start to move a little bit. So just through your fingers and your toes. Be stretching the arms overhead. And then as you bring your arms back over, maybe start to bend your knees. So you can bring your knees towards your chest if you'd like, and just move a little bit. And then just when you're ready, we'll just start to make our way up to sitting. So just taking your time as you make your way up. Maybe keep your eyes closed. Just finding a comfortable seat. We'll just bring the palms together just in front of your heart. Just leaving a little gap just to signify an openness in your heart. Thank you so much for coming along and practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed our practice in unconditional love. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. You can unmute yourself now.
Thank you, Gillian.